Welcome back to the show, everyone. Get ready for another day, another awesome story.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
Today's
good.
one is really something special.
Yeah, you always say that. But I have a good feeling about this one.
Haha. I know, but trust me. Okay. Today we are going to a realm that is split right down the middle by fire and ice.
Fire and ice, huh? Like a giant popsicle melting in a volcano.
Basically, yeah. But way more epic.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's called Frozen Heart, and it's a story about forbidden love and how love can change the world. Literally.
Ooh, love changing the world, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty intense. All right, I'm ready. Lay it on me.
Okay, so picture this. We've got this city called Ember City.
Ember City, I like it already.
Right, and it's this place where everything is just constantly burning. Smoke fills the air, and the ground is like one giant furnace. It's ruled by the Flame Lord, who's like this super powerful fire mage.
So it's kind of like living in a blacksmith's workshop all the time.
Pretty much, yeah, but
Yeah.
10 times hotter.
Oof, yeah, no thanks.
And in this city lives Maya, the Flame Lord's daughter. Now you'd think being a fire princess would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I'd be all about that fire magic.
But for Maya, it's actually kind of a nightmare.
Really? Why?
She feels trapped by the heat and the pressure of being the Flame Lord's daughter. She yearns for something more, something different.
And that's where the maps come in, right? I
Yeah.
remember you mentioning something about maps in her story.
Exactly. She finds these old maps that show a land beyond the smoke, a land of ice and snow.
Sounds like the opposite of everything she knows.
It is, and that's what makes it so appealing to her. These maps become her symbol of hope, a promise of escape from her suffocating life.
So we've got fire with Maya, but now we need some ice.
Right. Enter Kiran. He's a prisoner from the Frostlands, a land covered in ice and snow. He's brought to Ember City in chains, and rumors swirl about his powers over ice.
Now, I imagine the people of Ember City are pretty freaked out by this ice guy, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're terrified of him, but at the same time, they're desperate.
Desperate. What?
Because strange fires have been plaguing the land, fires that even the Flame Lord can't control. Some people believe Kiran might be the key to stopping them.
Okay, so there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
We've got Maya dreaming of escape, this mysterious Kiran with ice powers and out-of-control fires. Where does the love story come in?
Well, it all starts with a chance encounter. Maya and Kiran are both drawn to this hidden oasis outside the city.
An oasis in a land of fire.
Yeah, it sounds impossible, right? But this oasis is like this little pocket of magic where fire and ice somehow coexist in perfect harmony.
Wow, how do they even find this place?
It's by accident, really. They both stumble upon it separately, each seeking refuge from their own troubles.
Okay, so what's this oasis like? Paint me a picture.
Imagine emerald moss growing on rocks despite the heat, wildflowers blooming in patches of frost.
Wait, how can flowers bloom in frost?
That's the magic of the oasis. And there's more. Kiran sculpts these incredible ice formations that somehow radiate warmth.
Warm ice. What is this sorcery?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And Maya, with her fire magic, coaxes vines to grow around Kiran's ice sculptures, creating this beautiful tapestry of fire and ice.
Wow. I am seriously picturing this place. It sounds incredible.
It is. And in this hidden haven, surrounded by beauty that they themselves have created, Maya and Kiran fall in love.
Oh, that's so sweet. But they're from opposite worlds, right? Fire and ice, literally.
Exactly, and their love is forbidden. When their secret oasis is discovered, it throws everything into chaos.
I bet the Flame Lord was not
Oh,
happy.
he was furious. He sees Kiran as a threat to his power and to Maya.
So what happens? Does it turn into a big battle royale? Fire versus ice?
It does lead to a clash, but it's not your typical good versus evil fight.
So it's not like a giant snowball fight with flaming snowballs?
Haha, no, nothing like that. Kiran doesn't want to fight. He's only using his powers to defend himself and Maya and the oasis they've created.
So it's more like a defensive battle.
Exactly. And the clash of their powers, fire and ice, has this incredible effect on the world around them.
Like what? Does everything just explode?
Not quite, but it's pretty dramatic. Volcanoes erupt, but their peaks are capped with snow. Glaciers crack, revealing rivers of molten rock.
Whoa, that's some serious world-changing love.
It is. The realms are literally reshaped by their love, blending fire and ice in ways no one ever thought possible.
So I'm guessing they get a happily ever after ending, right? They ride off into the sunset on a fire-breathing dragon with ice wings.
Well, not exactly. Their love creates a shaky peace between the realms, but they can't be together.
Oh, that's so sad. Why not?
Because the world isn't ready for their kind of love yet. They are forced to separate, each returning to their own realm.
So it's a tragic ending.
It's bittersweet. Maya accepts her duty as the Flame Lord's daughter, but she never forgets Kiran.
I bet she keeps those maps close by.
She does, and her hands, once calloused from working in the forges, now bear the subtle touch of frost, a permanent reminder of their love.
Oh, that's beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time.
And their story doesn't end there. It becomes a legend passed down through generations in a series of books called the Frostfire Chronicles.
The Frostfire Chronicles, huh? I'd definitely read those.
Me too. Frozen Heart is just the beginning of their story, and it makes you wonder what other seemingly impossible things could love make possible.
You know what I think Frozen Heart tells us? That even the most extreme differences, like fire and ice, can be bridged by love.
Huh.
Maybe that's the message we need to hear in our world today.
Absolutely. It leaves us with a lot to think about, that's for sure.
And that is Frozen Heart from the Frostfire Chronicles. Be sure to rate and follow the Dangers and Dragons podcast for more awesome stories just like this one.
See you tomorrow for another epic tale.
We'll be back.